Let's get to Bob Pisani, see what else is moving. Hey, Bob.
Boy, what an overnight, Carl. Just a lot of market moving events happening. I just want to show you the futures because the futures moved in a 60-point range overnight. They were near their peak right after the debate ends and moved right down as soon as the debate ended. I'm talking like 10:36 Eastern time. We went straight down. Obviously, some questions about the election, the outcome, uncertainty. So let's take a look at the buckets that move the markets. Remember, we've had these 4 or 5 buckets that move the markets here. Uncertainty around the election is now very high, and even about the outcome, that was pretty clear. Treatment of vaccine, the progress. You heard about Moderna and Regeneron and maybe a 15-minute test from Becton Dickinson over in Europe. That made some news. That's certainly good news. Stimulus, well, we don't know. Pelosi and Mnuchin are still trying for a deal. That's not dead at all. So let's just say that's still a positive potentially. The reopening is very mixed here. We've had layoff announcements from Shell and Dow, Disney, Marathon Petroleum. That could be a big issue in the next few weeks. But we also had great economic data this morning. Chicago PMI, much better than expected. ADP, better than expected. So these are an awful lot of cross currents for the markets to digest right now. A lot of issues laying around out there. If you look at the sectors today, well, we opened with energy and banks. Generally weaker. What else is new? Now they have moved into positive territory. Tech was doing a little bit better, and now it's underperforming a little. If you look at the quarter, on top of everything else, folks, that we have to deal with, it's the end of the quarter market gyrations here. And we can see we're pretty flat in materials and industrials. Tech still down 6%. Banks and energy continuing to underperform. So a tough month, first down month since March overall. The guys we're talking about the direct listings today with Palantir, data mining company, of course, reference price 7.25. Don't hold your breath when this is going to open, folks. Likely, it could be all the way till noon Eastern time. They're going to take a while, and that's because it's tough getting the right prices for these right now. And of course, Asana, big workplace collaboration software, same thing here. $21 reference price there. And again, unlikely that would open before about noon, maybe 11:30 or so. Direct listings are still relatively new. Remember, we don't have many of them that are out there. We've got Spotify and Slack here. So in terms of pros, why a direct listing? Well, you avoid the bank fees. That's important. And generally, there's no lockup period, although there is with Palantir. The cons, well, there's issues on price discovery. I mean, a reference price is just some idea roughly around it was trading last, but there's no institutional input into that overall other than what your advisor is telling you. And you don't have a lot of immediate long-term investors like you do with an IPO. So this is still relatively new. I would not call it untested. It's been tested, but it's still relatively new. We'll keep an eye on that. But again, folks, just don't hold your breath for the next couple hours.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.